everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Manning's Giants going up against Rodgers' Packers. With that, let's get you up to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Offensively, the starters for the New York Giants, and one guy that's definitely hoping to stay on the field more this year, Victor Cruz.
And they would love to have him on the field. Just 6 games played over the last 2 seasons, starting with a horrific knee injury. And then when he came back last year, had a calf injury that sidelined him for most of the season. He's trying to get back in form, and the Giants would love to see that.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down. I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And now it's 2nd down. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
319.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. Charles, for the Giants defense here, looking forward to next season, what do they need to improve and where are they solid?
I think that they'll want to continue to get better at the linebacker position. I think they want to add another pass rusher because Olivier Vernon, who was a free agent picked up in 2016, did a tremendous job coming off the edge. I thought they really shored up the interior with Damon Harrison, a defensive tackle. Landon Collins played at an MVP level on the defensive side of the ball at safety, and Janoris Jenkins became an eraser out on the corner.
Yeah, the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
And this is a spot where you have your offense stay out there to get those few inches. It's too long for a field goal. It's not the 1st down.
first carry now. This is Lacy. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll give the Packers a first down.
When you take a look at Eddie Lacy, you expect the run we just saw, don't you? A battering ram type of an effort.
Absolutely. Such a tough runner in Alabama where he won those national championships, and a tough runner here in the NFL. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground on first down with Lacy. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolved, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
Now it's Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance. And
he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Ripkowski taking it in. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
They run again with Jennings. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, now play the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Here's a nugget, Charles, on OBJ. This year he had 101 catches, now 288 for his first 3 years in the league. That ties him with his former LSU teammate Jarvis Landry for most catches for a receiver in their first 3 years in the NFL.
And just think about it this way. LSU is known as a running back factory as well. So wide receivers coming into the league and doing the damage they're doing, absolutely incredible. But I do know this. OBJ will tease his former teammate and say, don't forget, we're tied, but I missed a few games my rookie year. If I played those games, I'd be way ahead of you. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his...
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. This is Jennings. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Cruz has it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
To throw, it's Manning. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Packers get set to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd down following the incompletion. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. A couple of years ago, Cobb signed that 4-year, $40 million deal. Since then, have been down a little bit, although last year only played 13 games.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be as concerned with the numbers dropping if I were a Packers fan, because remember, Davante Adams has developed as a player, and his numbers have gone up. You got Jordy Nelson back to full health in 2016. He's going to catch a lot of passes, almost caught 100 in that season. Jared Cook at tight end. That's a new weapon Green Bay didn't have for a while. And don't forget, Randall Cobb spent some time as a running back when all the injuries hit the backfield. So his versatility is still a major plus for Green Bay.
Lacey, and he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown! Jared Cook, 58 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is Shepard on the catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. It's hauled in by Shepard. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They do go for it. It's Manning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the 4th and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Throwing is Manning. And incomplete here on 3rd down. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Manning. And Adams has it complete. It's a 4-yard pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Manning again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Will tie the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And they're going to go soft on the corners. One final try now for Manning. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flushed out right and complete right side to Cook. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. So after the INT, it's Manning. He's got time. He'll rifle this one deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Manning to Beckham, a big play there. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Paul Perkins taking it in from 2 yards out. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask
What
you,
was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Shift together here from the D-line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be a Green Bay first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they're going to speed things up here. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Dropping it off for starts. A nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So
now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 29 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing on first down is Manning. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now it's Jennings. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing now is Manning. And complete to Lewis over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. Manning going to give it to Perkins. So we got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4. They do go for it. It's Manning. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Jennings. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Gould now out to kick it away. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Yeah, he better hope that he's lonesome, because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
10 yards still left on second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll begin the drive with Rashad Jennings. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. They go screenplay with Jennings. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. Now Manning, got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That'll give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
Do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And quickly they get to the line. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards on the pickup, and it's 1st down, New York. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on 1st down. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Vereen. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Shane Vereen, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And now out come the Giants, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not eat.
And now here is another interception. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Rodgers throwing here. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Manning to throw on second down. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Shift together here from the D-line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing is Manning. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat for Lacey. The loss of a full. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rodgers looking to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, But now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a